while I'm waiting for the wife, figured I'd crank out a quick Schizo garage on the importance of humor. I've talked a lot about it, but it's important to drive that home. How important laughter is, and a sense of humor, especially in times like these that we find ourselves, unfortunately, in. Laughter is the highest vibrational activity you can state that you can put your body in. It's the highest vibrational activity you can do. Yeah. Speaking of vibrations, every time I fire this up, I get that 5G cough. And I know people are like, 5G, you think it has? Yeah, I do. I don't trust them. Why do you? Fuck out of here with that shit. When you're laughing, there's no fear. When you're laughing, you're not afraid. There's no, you're out of the fear state. And the fear state is what they want to keep you in, because you make for good harvesting that way. You know, all this shit, like fear, depression, unhappiness, anger, that's where they want to keep you. That's why in recent years it's just been one kind of MK Ultra like shock to the people after another, whether it's the pandemic or it's race riots, or it's just, they're always trying to shock you, and this is the way that the MK Ultra mind control people do it. They subject the person to horrible traumas, one after another. Some very extreme ones, depending on who the person is, and and what that does is it forces people to compartmentalize themselves, their personalities, to kind of take them out of what's happening. And what they do is they create an altar that they can then just mold and shape an alternate personality, an alternate version of you that they can then control more completely. They do this with celebrities, and I'm sure you've heard of it or seen some kind of version of this idea. Well, what they're doing now is they're doing it on a population. The real big one in my lifetime, of course, was 3/11 was an inside job. And the thing is, as we learn from that, you've got to come original. You've got to come original, all entertainers. Here's why. But that was like the real first big shocker, and that was also a bunch of things. It was a ritual. There's so many pieces to that that have. I mean, it's all been covered by other people. But one of the things I would point out that's interesting is in the days following, where they just had the rubble sitting there. They had that glass building, that black glass building that was always in the shot. A bit like the monolith from 2001. The scrying mirror, the black mirror, the thing you're holding in your hand all day. Because when you're looking at your phone, what you're really doing is you're looking at yourself. It's a mirror. The stuff is put on top of it. The images are put on top of it. One part of your eyesight is seeing that, but the other part is just staring at yourself. So you're staring into a scrying mirror all day, which is just look up what a scrying mirror is, and you'll get the whole thing. I'm not going to go into that whole thing, but you don't want that to happen. The way your eyes work, basically, is you're not just. It's not a physical. My eyes can see this, and it comes back, and I can, that's. Let me start this thought again. When you're looking at something, your eyes are sending out a beam, like some kind of a beam or waves, and it records or looks at what's there, and then it brings it back to you and informs your brain what you're seeing. It helps your brain make a picture of what those little feelers or what those beams saw, and it bounces back at you. That leaves a lot of room for you to be unaware of what exactly you're looking at. I always talk about demonic entities. They occupy space that could be right near you, all around you, but you can't see them because of the frequency they're on. Our eyes can only see so many different frequencies or angles. A honeybee can see many more. That's how they get there. That's how they can find their fucking pollen. But yeah, there's a lot of room for fuckery and mind control and spellcraft, and it's hitting you all at once, and it's increasing over time. People are being exposed to a series of shocks, a series of traumas, new ones all the time, you know, whether it's a war. And what you got to understand too is all this stuff, everything on the world stage, geopolitically, culturally, socially, is all staged. It's all a show. None of it is real. And I know people be like, oh, none of it is real. No, there are things that are real. What is in your transom, your immediate area, your friends, your family, your world, you have control over that. That's real. The way you feel about people, the way you interact with people. What you're looking at on the screen is not real. None of it's real. It can't, not even one piece of it could be real, because then the whole thing wouldn't work. It's the shit quilt. Jim Leahy. If you have a quilt and every part of it is dirty, if one part of it is true or clean, how you doing? You're going to notice right away, your eye's going to go right to it, and you're going to say, well, the rest of this is bullshit. So they can't have a part of it be true and clean. It all has to be bullshit for any of it to work, you know? That's just how it is. It doesn't matter where I stand. I try to find like the most like out of the way place. You gotta laugh. It's comical. The best was last week when I was on the, I walked out onto the pad just to get out of everyone's way, right? And these two gentlemen came and blocked me in with their scooters. They didn't mean to. They're unaware of it. Nobody's aware of a fucking thing out here. They're all just God love them. God love them. I hope, you know, everybody stays out of traffic. And, you know, God love him. He wants all his children back, you know. He wants all his children back. But, yeah. We're under a series of like a mini MK Ultra. Or mini as far as tactics, large as far as population. I mean, this is a psyops on a level that would be unimaginable to people, you know, even a couple years ago. Nothing is real. Nothing you're seeing is real. It's all done in service of keeping your attention, keeping you in a fear state, keeping you unhappy, upset, scared. The more scared you are, the more control they have over you. Hey, buddy, what's going on? What are you doing over here? You okay? There you go. Yeah. I like following around birds. It pisses them off. I like to piss them off, but especially the roosters. They're always waking people up. And then you go over to them, they don't want nothing to do with you. But yeah, just laugh, and laugh some more. There's humor in this stuff. You know, there's humor in this stuff. Especially when you, I mean, I'm not saying everyone should become an occultist of some kind, but you should learn a little bit about how things work behind the curtain. Even on a surface level behind the curtain. Because then you can laugh at this stuff. Like when people like myself, others like myself, see things in the news, we just laugh. Because it's so silly, you know? But if you don't understand anything about how the world works in this occult sense, you're going to be frightened. You know, you're going to be really scared. And when you're scared, they got you. Oh, they got you. And they're getting you in a couple ways, too. They can't harvest your life force when you're high vibrational, when you're laughing. You know, that's why the devil doesn't like to laugh. The old saying, you can't take a joke, derives from that, because evil can't take a joke. meaning they can't take in a joke. They can't transmute that energy. They can't eat that energy because it's too high vibrational. Hey, little guy, what you doing? I'm not stalking you. I'm just kind of, we're just sharing space here, buddy. I don't have food, guys. I don't know if this is, they're just looking. They're just on the hunt. We're all on the hunt, man. God bless everybody. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.